We love hip hop.
Yes. Because we made some content, not last week actually, a few days ago, right? Great content. Big salute to Marlon Palmer.
Oh, you bringing this up?
The thing is, you guys got some backlash because I was kind of quiet in that one right there. And what you guys were getting backlash on was the non-black partner.
Is that backlash? Well, I didn't consider it backlash though.
Well, a lot of people were like, why does she have to have a black partner for him to be pro-black? And low-key, I kind of feel them. Does a person need to have a black partner to push pro-black agendas or push
how do you feel then?
pro-blackness?
Because pro-black means you want to continue the black lineage and you want to see black greatness. So if you are searching for love outside of the black woman, how is that pro-black in any sense?
That's one way people can look at being pro-black. I look at pro-black as wanting the best for my people.
Wanting the best for your people is not wanting to see your people getting married and your people procreating?
Yes, but it also doesn't, affect somebody from loving who they love. I'm not going to say, okay, because, I want to see the best for my people and, it would be great for black people to be dating black people. If you start falling in love with somebody who's not black, I can't fill you out of the pro-black category.
One more thing I'll say, and then you can say something if you want. Seeing the best for black people is keeping the money within the black community. You know what I mean? So if you are procreating outside of the community, you are then taking everything, all your resources you have and bringing that outside of the community. If you pass, like look at what Kofi's Shotty did, you know what I mean? Like she's not taking that money and bringing it back. She's not bringing it back to black, you know what I mean? She's bringing it back to her family and like building up their thing. So
yeah.
So you're saying black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Never.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
and interestingly enough, Kobe Bryant's parents never really liked Vanessa. They actually wanted him with Brandy.
For real, eh?
Yeah, and I don't know if it had to do with her race or not. She was also very young when they got together, but so was he. But in regards to the Marlon situation, if I'm being fair, like his experience in a relationship with a non-black woman doesn't take away from his experience as a black man.
Yes.
So I'm not going to be like, you can't talk about this because you're dating, I think there is a point to be made about, when you do take a stance around race, that you should be consistent like all throughout. Like I honestly, maybe I listened to too much Dr. Umar Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it does start in the home. And like, technically, even if Marlon had a kid with like a non-black woman, the kid would still be considered black.
That is true.
So like you're still continuing the black legacy or whatever.
But in that point, okay, Drake is black.
Yeah.
Some would say that because I'm like, bro, I've heard people in America say he ain't black, bro, and that just drives me crazy.
It depends how you define it.
Yeah, okay, with our definition of black, just by being like a melanated being, like visibly black. Okay, so
I don't know if that's a good definition because there are melanated Indians.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Audience, you know what I mean?
I know what you meant.
Okay, so Drake, and I'm not trying to bring family into this, but
Drake?
The woman that Drake had a kid with, you know what I mean? The kid came out looking super, super white passing, you know what I mean? So if his youth has a youth with another white girl, then like Drake's black, like I feel like it's kind of rubbed out. Like are they still black?
Okay, actually, let's even do this. That we can use that scenario, common gang strong. But what about if his kid eventually gets with another half black person? What is that then?
Like a Steph Curry, Aisha Curry kind of situation?
Yeah, two, for lack of a better term, half breeds getting together. Does that make a whole?
I'm just imagining like a down situation.
We're doing mathematics right now.
I'm just imagining like Ice Spice.
I'm doing the eugenics math. I'm like, what would they be considered? I don't know, man. It's not for me to say. And like, honestly, it depends.
Yeah,
on,
Zara, what do you think?
What do I think?
To be honest, it becomes like
I can always tell like when someone has black features, even if they're mixed and they're like very white passing. So, but it depends who you're interacting with. You might interact with some black people. They'll be like, you're not black at all. But they're like, yo, both my parents are half black. But it might complicate things. But a white person,
it'll be like a logic situation where like everywhere he goes, he has to be like, oh yeah, my dad's black. Like, you know what I mean?
But he's
like,
50-50 down the middle.
Yeah,
so
his dad look black. When you see his dad looks like me, fam.
hey.
Straight up.
But I just mean like in the sense of like he's always gonna have to qualify.
Yeah, but
himself.
like he got a lot of his mom's genes when you think about it, fam. Like, yo, his dad is dark, fam. Like, not super dark. Let me not exaggerate. He's not like my level of darkness, but like a couple of shades lighter, fam. Yeah. But like he's a black man.
But I feel like there are other like defining features besides skin tone that can represent blackness. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think it's just like, oh, if you're dark or not. Like, you could usually tell like maybe like the nose, the lips, like you could tell like, okay, this person might be mixed with something.
Yeah.
Like that girl on the Joe Budden podcast, what's her name? Don't call me white girl. Yeah, like you can tell that she's mixed with black, even though like if you just looked at her skin tone, like just the skin tone, you'd be like, okay, like she might be just white.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Hence, don't call me white girl.
Even Adonis, Drake's kid, like if you really look at his features, you're like, okay, those are black features.
There's something there.
There's something there. It's like, you're not white.
Yeah. If in school they would still be like, I don't know if you could sit at the completely white table.
But what I will say, and maybe this is, once again, I've been watching too much Dr. Umar Johnson, is that when we kind of fall for love as the leading force for marriage, it's not really conducive for community building. Like other communities, they don't think about like love, feelings, or lust necessarily when they're kind of getting married and establishing a family. They're kind of looking at family compatibility, economic compatibility. So if you are going to kind of want to push your community forward, you have to approach it not with love or googly eyes or like, oh, she's so sweet or whatever, but like, nah, it's my duty to continue this for my community. So I'm going to go for XYZ. But who's to say that maybe he tried to go for black girls and it just didn't work out? And then maybe when he dealt with this one Arab girl, she was rating him heavy. Like,
so you couldn't get no black things.
No, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it wasn't, they weren't compatible. Like, who knows, bro? I don't know his experience, right? But I think there's points to be made for both arguments. At the end of the day, like, I feel like, you know, everyone has the right to do whatever they want. But for me, one time I dated a girl, she was mixed and she was super pro-black. And I was like, how pro-black are you when you're dating me? Like, I straight up showed her, I'm like, yo, like, if you have that mentality, like, you should just be with a black dude. And like, I wouldn't even be pissed, but it's just like, you got to be consistent with your principles. You know, it just sounds like you're trying to do both.
Yeah, you can't be, you know, pro-black, I guess, and be with a white guy.
Does that sound right to you? Like, but I feel like that happens a lot. A lot of these pro-black women that are black end up with these liberal white dudes. And it's just like, it looks weird to me, bro. So I must look crazy to y'all.
Yeah, so then you're putting women in a compromising position then, fam, because like she might be like, I'm trying to be pro-black, but I like this guy Czar, and like,
hey, I'm pro-black too.
So it just cancels it out, right?
Nah, but actually, I used to go to this like poetry, like open mic thing or whatever, right? Shout out to Rise. But there was these pro-black girls that would go there, right? And I used to be like, oh, they're so down for the cause. I rate them, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, they were going, like the ringleader was going to like this old white guy's crib and he was paying her to do stuff. And then she was going, I'm not going to say that she was going to Rise, but she was going to these open mic pro-black spaces and recruiting other black women to go to this elderly white man's mansion.
Do it for the culture.
No, but I feel like in their mind, this is reparations. They're like, yeah, like let's like extort this white dude. But like they're kind of replaying the power dynamics.
At what cost, though? You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to me.
Got to do it for the culture, sister. Okay, let's start this show up, man. I think, you know, we got enough pro-black talks. Actually, we never came to a conclusion before we start. So do you have to, I guess natural is on the yes, you have to have a black partner to be pro-black.
I'm standing on it.
You standing on it, 10 toes.
I will say that you can obviously be pro-black, and if you're black, like I'm not gonna be like you can't be pro-black when you're black. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going through your mind or your experience, but what I will say is if you are a racist, you got to be consistent and just stick to your race. Like
yes.
Like if you're like a KKK, stick to your whiteness. You know what I'm saying?
Are
So
you quitting being pro-black to being racist?
no. Well, actually, in a positive sense,
What do you mean?
Concerned with one's own race.
yeah, exactly. Like you're pertaining to your own race. It's not necessarily a negative racism in that sense.
I just don't know what the
The
comments
KKK is a negative racism, though. So I hear that. But what I will say
They're
is,
concerned with their own race.
they technically are. They're a little too concerned. But I feel like it depends on your ideology. Like, I don't know how he sees the world. I don't know how he views his partner. I don't know how his partner's family views him. Like, there's so many nuances. But there are like pro-black people who are racist to other races, and they're open about it. And it's not like some hateful thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like
they say they can be racist because it's not systemic, but it is prejudice.
Prejudice,
You know,
racially I would say racially charged prejudice because I understand like the systemic
I was on the
aspect.
woke side for a look. You know what I mean?
So you know
I was
their
one of them
arguments.
guys, so I know all the talking points. Though.
Yeah, but
natural.
yeah. So it depends. Like, okay, for example, like Hebrew Israelites. Who they're openly racist and they're not like ashamed about it. They'll be like, nah, this, that. So if one of those guys ended up with like a non-Israelite or, you know, like someone from another nation or whatever,
like a lot of them,
then you look like a hypocrite, you know, because of the message that you're spewing.
Yeah.
So it all depends on, I think it's just being consistent with your principles.
Yo, you pro-black, what's again? Say again?
Pro-black?
The Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. Don't come for me, okay? We're not trying to do another sorry panel. Okay, let's start the show. salute to Marlon, man. Pull up, bro. You and Duke, man. We need to do the We Love Hip Hop, Extra Gravy collabo. Make sure that the man them are in attendance.
Do you think they'll pull up with me and Natural here?
Yeah, bro. I think you guys need it. You guys can work it out, man. We could all work it out, right? Something to grow on. Pause. Let's get it started over. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.